Nice. Mouths are coming.
Transfer beer during Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
That's how we roll here, getting it done.
Why am I getting footage here?
Hey, happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. Barrage Brewer here. It's been a 73-degree winter day, Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is Celsius. I have to look at the thermometer and do a calculation. But let's get a beer. Drinking a little local Hardywood, Great Return, West Coast style India Pale Ale. So, get this poured up. Hardywood's a local craft brewer here, Richmond, Virginia, not too far away. So, look at that. That is a beautiful beer. Delicious. So, what's going on? So, Super Bowl Sunday was last weekend, and Larimore 22 came over, and we transferred our beers into my bourbon barrel that I hadn't gotten. Well, I had transferred my porter in, and then Larimore Deuce brought over his beer. Well, I transferred a porter, and Larry unmistakably had already transferred his porter to a keg, and he transferred in a pale ale into the barrel. So I have no idea what's cooking in there now. So I know that Yingling makes like a black and tan, so maybe we got like a bourbon barrel aged black and tan. I don't know. I got a feeling it's somewhere like around a brown ale at this point, based on the color of that pale ale. It looked like a porter, kind of in his fermentation carboy, but when it started pouring in, we're like, wait, that's really light. And sure as shit, yeah. So we got a pale ale mixed with the porter. So just color-wise, we probably got a bourbon barrel brown. I don't know, like we were supposed to get together and put it in the computer and kind of see what the corresponding grain bills would create if we had done it that way. So I'm still hoping that it'll come out to be a good beer. We'll probably shorten the duration of this beer in the barrel, so that we can get something else in there. Plan right now is going to be just to brew a stout probably this weekend and get that ready to go. So as soon as this concoction comes out of the barrel, I'll drop in a stout and fill that back up and hopefully get like a decent beer, because I think you can get like two bourbon barrel, two aged beers out of that before it starts souring, and you end up just using it to make sours. So I never made a sour either, so that's down the road with this barrel I got. What else is going on? So I keep my CO2 bottles, or not my bottles, but my tanks inside my Keyser and my kegerator. It's taking up room. I should be able to put some more beers in there, but I can't because I got a 5 gallon CO2 tank, and I got a 10 gallon and another 5 gallon. The plan is going to be to run everything off my big 10 gallon tank, common dispensary there with multiple regulators coming off, so I can control what's going where. And so I got the connectors from the grain bill a while back. SJ, I ordered those from him. He sent them down, and I had already procured some airlines. So project this weekend while I'm brewing is going to be to drill a hole in the collar on my kegerator or on my Keyser, and then drill a hole in the kegerator, a little grommet or some silicone around there, so retain your coolness factor there, and get those rigged up with the quick disconnect. That way, you want to just change it out, you can just quick disconnect, take one loose, and then go right back in there. So doing that. And I also got some really cool bottles. One of our friends, man, just pitched me a whole bunch of these Grolsch style bottles, so I'm looking forward to using these to do some beer mail. He gave me a whole bag of washers too, so I mean, I'm in business. So I think what I'm gonna do with some of the guys that are on the East Coast here, I'm gonna send them my beer in one of these, and then they can send beer back in the same thing, and cut down on bottles that we got sending around. I think it's an idea. We sent a buddy of ours up in Northern Virginia some bottles, so see how that works out. The other thing, I mentioned in my last video that I was going to be upgrading to some stainless brewing equipment. I decided I was going to go to SS Brewtech. Called up SJ up at the grain bill, and I was going to just order a brew bucket. Well, unfortunately, the brew bucket was on back order because they were on sale, so I ended up stepping up a little bit more than what I was planning on, and I got this thing right here. So this is SS Brewtech technology, and it is the it's the same thing as the brew bucket, but this is the Brewmaster edition, and it comes with like a temperature reading device so you can read what the fermentation temperature is. So let's crack this open real quick. So it just got delivered today. First time the Greenville drop ship stuff, so like literally I got the word yesterday from SJ that it was in the mail, and I came home from work and it was sitting on the porch all lonely and sad because it doesn't have any beer in it. So I got to remedy that. So as you can see, this thing comes well packaged, and inside is your stainless steel conical fermenter with the lid, and it's taut, this plastic. It's got some tape on it, that's why it doesn't want to go. So, see there she blows. You know, it's got the spigot hole, I'm assuming down here in the bottom, yep, is the rest of the equipment. So, in here you got bung for the top, and then you got the valve that goes here, and then you got your temperature probe as well. So actually the valve goes here and your temperature probe goes right there. So that is pretty cool. Can't wait to try this bad boy out. So like I said, I'm going to start with this one. Next beer I do is going to be fermenting in this bad boy, and then I plan on buying another brew bucket, just a simple brew bucket, and then SS Brewtech also makes what's called their TFSS. So it changes the lid, and it's got a stainless steel coil in there, and so it's got an inlet and an outlet, and it's got a little temperature controller with a pump, and you just get some radio cooler. You got, you know, drill 2 holes in the lid, one for outlet, one for inlet, and it's, you know, just like your temperature controller on your Keyser or kegerator, whatever you're using for your device. This little kit, if the temperature drops, you know, or goes up a little too high, it'll run some cool water through that coil and maintain your beer's fermentation temperature. And then, you know, if you want to like start off low and then kind of creep it up towards the end to finish up fermentation, you can do that. And all it takes from all the videos I've watched is, you know, you just get like a gallon jug and a couple, you know, 32 ounce, you know, liter jugs, and then kind of put those in there, and maybe the first day start with the bigger one, and then you just got to add like, you know, a frozen liter bottle in there, and it keeps it just cool enough to maintain the temperature you want. They also have one for like heating if you need to heat. I don't think I'll need that. Here in Virginia, I need to like keep things cooler as opposed to to warming them up. So I'm really glad SJ got this to me. You'll be seeing this in some of my brew videos coming up. And like I said last video, man, support the small business owner. You know, there's tons of companies, Amazon, you know, all this stuff. But, you know, in a pinch, you know, you want to be able to go to like a guy, you need a certain yeast or whatever because you want to brew that day. You know, you can't order that online. You have to go to the guy in your town, and like SJ's that for us. You know, he's a couple states away, but he's really quick about getting stuff in the mail and getting it to us. So if you haven't checked out the Grain Bill, check them out. Also check out Little Face Brewing. They're all on the YouTube webs there, and they can take care of you. They're real good customer service, family-owned business. So that being said, I've rambled on enough. Just 8.5 minutes. So happy Home Brew Wednesday. Cheers, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.
So I just got done transferring my 5-gallon porter. Lermo's doing his. So this is a beer we brewed, what, a month ago? That's been sitting, so doing our first bourbon barrel porter. So should be pretty good. The Super Bowl's on. And thank God the Pats are losing. So this is going really well, actually. So we should be done here shortly.